Welcome to the St Thomas Primary School Makerspace, created for the start of the 2017 school year. Throughout 2016, our leadership team had been discussing how we could best utilise our wonderful library space going into the future, given that our book borrowing time was only taking up one day in our weekly school timetable. We knew that school and community libraries are changing and evolving across the world, and the question we asked ourselves was how was the St Thomas Library going to change and evolve in order to best cater for our students? What did our students and community need our library to be? We spent some time researching how schools and communities around the world were utilising their libraries and came across this quote which resonated with us, particularly the peer-to-peer, hands-on and creation-focused elements. Naturally, this led us into the Makerspace movement. While exploring the Makerspace movement, we came to realise that libraries are no longer only the repositories of books, but rather they should act as a gateway to information, education, and opportunity. We wanted our space to shift from infrastructure to engagement, a space reconfigured around broader education and research needs and less around the management of a print collection. And so the St Thomas Makerspace was born. A makerspace is a physical location where people gather to share resources and knowledge, work on projects, network, and build. It is a creative studio space for creative endeavours and hands-on exploration. A space where we can provide our students the opportunity to tinker, innovate, experiment, problem solve, read, collaborate, create, explore, make, imagine, and so much more. A makerspace is often associated with the STEM fields: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We also like to include art within this as well, to make it STEAM. Given that digital technologies and design and technologies are new curriculum areas, and we recognise their importance for students today and in the future, the staff at St Thomas sought to create a space to support both teachers and students in the implementation of these two technologies' curriculum areas. One of the purposes of the Makerspace is to develop a culture of creating as opposed to consuming, and our staff have already started using the Makerspace within their teaching and learning programs, with classes so far this term exploring and creating electrical circuits, designing and building solar-powered model cars, building bridges, and coding with Lego robotics. Next term there are already plans to use more robotics within the Makerspace area, with Spheros, Ozobots, EV3s, Bbots and Microbits all challenging our students to develop their coding and computational thinking skills. Using the original space, we condensed the area used to house our print collection into half of the available area. The rest of the space was designed to be used as a flexible learning space. Very simply, we wanted a space where students could work at tables when needed, as well as furniture that would allow the space to be quickly reconfigured into a large floor space for use with resources such as robotics. Let's go for a tour of the space. As you walk through the double doors, you will notice there are two main areas. To the right is the Makerspace Library bigger area, and to the left is a smaller area which used to be our computer lab. This now houses all of the materials that students can use to build, create and make in the plastic containers on top of the bench and the larger containers under the bench, containing materials like cardboard, plastic bottles, and styrofoam. We also have a green screen in this space, a small group workspace, and also 16 Mac computers that classes can use. As we move into the main area, there is a standing up bench which students can use if they wish to work standing up. There are stools and chairs that can be taken by students to work anywhere in the space. There are two whiteboards, a Lego board, and a TV screen equipped with an Apple TV that the class can access. In this particular session in the Makerspace, our Year 6 class are working on their solar-powered cars for their Design and Technologies program. There are coffee tables, floor spaces, ottomans, beanbags, and couches for the students to use so that they can choose what work environment best suits them for the task at hand. Teachers and students can choose to set up the space as they like, and the furniture purchased for the Makerspace was specifically chosen to be flexible and easily movable to allow for quick changeovers between desk workspaces and plenty of open floor space as needed for our robotics programs. The desk you can see against the blinds is a simple rectangular desk that in 2 seconds can be flipped up and stored to the side to allow for plenty of floor space. Students also enjoy using the whiteboards to brainstorm and plan their work. We are lucky enough to have a small courtyard area just off to the side of our Makerspace. This area allows students to use power tools and other equipment that requires teacher supervision, such as drills, jigsaw cutters, saws, Stanley knives, hammers, and so on. The staff and students of St Thomas are really proud of the Makerspace area we've created.